So then, ex-Senator Crane, what did you and Barrick talk about when he went in here and tried to kill everyone?
Barrick, you think that was... Oh, you truly are fools. It is... Oh, if only I had recognized who you were whenever I found you in Carmilla's house. I suppose we all make mistakes.
So who was it then?
As if I have anything to gain by speaking with you.
Well...
It's not as if you've got anything more to lose.
No, I do.
You do?
I
sure?
imagine I do. Very much so. There are worse fates than death. I supposedly will be suffering one of them.
Maybe we can help you with that.
I don't think you can.
Oh. We can kill you right now.
Salvatore shrugs. Sure.
Pride's a very toxic thing to have. Of course, at least he'll let you die with dignity. However, the Tempus won't know his fate, will he? Like, Tempus, just speaking character-wise, Tempus won't know what Salvatore's going off to go and do, where he's taken abroad. I mean, I'm pretty sure Tempus only knows he's getting taken away, not what's going to happen to him.
No.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So how will you be traveling away from here?
I imagine once the bandit nonsense is cleared up, that I'll be safely escorted on the highway to Newport.
Safely escorted, yes.
Yes.
Through the wildwood.
To Newport.
Oh, to Newport. Oh, I see. Damn it.
That actually gets a chuckle out of Salvatore. Wow. I'm almost more embarrassed than what I actually am to have been defeated by you.
God damn it.
This is why you never speak.
Shut up. I heard him wrong, God.
Newport, Santa Cora.
Yes,
Newport.
Yeah.
you can teach Fargus geography at a future date.
We might need to.
Yeah, I just assumed he would travel there so much that I didn't even listen, I guess. Well, if I am not able to...
Oh, God.
Then,
Woo! Damn, Gryph.
Sorry, what have I done?
It was death by robotic.
Yeah, there was a robotic assault.
I'm
There were no survivors.
I've
you know.
thrown my phone across the room. Does that help?
You know, we no longer hear it, so yes. Baby
Sorry.
steps. It's fine. It's fine.
and if I'm not allowed to speak, you can take over at any point.
I'm enjoying you speaking. I'm just saying it always seems to cause.
Like you can't be the
Sometimes.
you can't be the critic asshole who just cuts him off like at the knees every time he speaks. Like unless you're gonna try to do something about it. I'm not gonna allow that kind of gas bagging here. This is not a sports show.
I actually quite like it because it gives it's a really surreal kind of counter to most attitudes. Right. So, who came by to attack you then?
Why haven't you heard? Barrick Whitmore. He says with a slightly saucy smile, which clearly notes the fact that he's being sarcastic.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's the same person we met down in the crypts at the Melkors, actually.
Now, why did he come by to kill you then? I mean, if you were already going to suffer death or a long case of torture or some form of horrible life, why would they come by to kill you?
Well, Salvatore Crane is far too important to suffer such an ignoble fate. Truly, and Salvatore, like, attempts to, like, move, like, an arm to, like, brush off a shoulder, but just the chains rattle. I am a man worthy of such assassins in my time.
Then, what willpower did you scrounge up to keep yourself alive when everyone other was brutally mauled in this dungeon?
All of them, they were pawns. I still have a greater role to play. I am undoubtedly sure of it. No prison can hold the likes of Salvatore Crane for long. It is a foolish play, I am sure.
Powerful friends have you then?
Salvatore, like, looks at Fargus and then looks at the chains and says, well, you four saved me. I'm sure you're on my side.
I got a feeling we're neutral.
Yeah.
That's not what Fargus's fist said.
Well, sometimes
You know-
you have to have the balance.
Yes, you need to put up a show, you know.
Tell me, I've heard the talk. I saw. And Salvatore, like, shifts his eyes towards Thomas. Did you enjoy killing?
If I hadn't done what I have done, more people would have died.
Oh, isn't that the lovely rationalization that you do-gooders use? And you are, aren't you? Here to out the vile, cowardly Salvatore Crane from his prominent position of power in corruption and banditry. Well, you've done it.
We're not done yet.
Not even close.
There's no way you're the leader of this organization.
I colluded with Rav. He is quite the capable sort. I do wish he had been more capable at the trial, but it sadly seemed like he could not attend.
Well, Tempus actually takes out the leaves of paper that he found at the desk from his thing, and he starts looking and reading through them. All the while, that Salvatore's talking, just reading the papers.
All right.
Yeah, I can see, that you have colluded a lot, and he sort of briefly shows the papers over at Salvatore, not through the thing, the cage wall, just showing them that they're there. Now, we found a lot of documents about yourself, as if it changes anything, but we know you've colluded a lot with the Ravinger, and we know the Drow that were there were a part of a plan to help kill Ursula, to make you the leader, and the entire town is yours, and you get more money, and he gets more money, yada 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 yada. Am I right?
You don't need my confirmation. Sounds like you've got everything under control.
No, it just helped. You actually wrote it down in this letter right here, you see. Tempus just sort of smiles and just looks at the paper. Obviously he hadn't.
Yes. Well, Mr. Malleator, I would expect nothing less from a man of your stature and prominence. Despite everything, I do think Isaac was right in his concerns to have brought up. It's only unfortunate that things broke out as they did. I might have been able to make use of you.
A lot of people have said that. Dwarves mainly, actually. But, where is Isaac, actually? He's one of the people I've not... First off, just to double check, I couldn't tell between all of the bodies.
Isaac Simpson is one of the, well, now former senators of Foghaven.
Right, okay.
He was the blacksmith, gruff-looking fellow with the beard.
Right, okay, I follow you. And Tempest is just going to turn and say, what about the old man that you brought to the case? Whereabouts did he go?
Salvatore shrugs. I don't know. He wasn't with everyone else. Perhaps he managed to not be captured. They do so easily blend in the riffraff, as I'm sure you well know.
It's easy to blend in when you want to. Tempus is actually really relaxed. He's not aiming to be any derogatory terms. He's like leaning against the wall.
All right.
Hands are clasped over his torso. It's a very slow conversation he's keeping, just passing comments. So, what other big plans did you hold when you tried to claim over the city? Like, what was your next big game? Become a stronger necromancer? Conquer more cities? Or was it just to make lots of money?
I'm curious as to why you would wish to know.
Just small curiosities. It's always nice to like know what happened to people so you can tell stories on. I'm
Well,
sure you would prefer that.
I don't know why I should attempt to satiate the curiosity of a peasant.
Well, a good thing I'm not a peasant then.
No, I imagine you're not.
Hard for property to be a peasant.
Property?
Well, do you not know? Most dwarves see Forgeborn as property.
I don't see any dwarves here in this room.
Mm.
That might be the
It's-
pain talking, though.
No, there's no dwarves here.
Alright.
You're fine. You're not hallucinating yet. That's an advantage. Well, maybe you want to hallucinate. I could always requisition you something if you like.
No. Do tell.
Well, if you want to spend the time there tripping balls, you're more than welcome to. I can find you something if you help us out a bit.
Help you? Is that what you're here for? He says with clear sarcasm in his voice. The help of Salvatore Crane.
Of course. Not every time that you have a very powerful individual that's able to work wonders of magic and do things and, you know, scratch my back, we scratch yours. Or in one case, maybe not scratch so much as give you something to ignore the scratches.
Well, contrary to popular reputation, I'm not afraid of the pain.
I never said you were. I just offered something to help ignore it further.
It helps to remind me that I'm still alive, and that I shall prevail. Salvatore will actually look over at Thomas and say, I've heard about your background. You know, as well as I do, that individuals of my caliber and power do not languish forever in incarceration. We escape, we prevail, and we control.
That is assuming that your superiors still want you around, which I don't think after your recent performance.
No. The others in this game have discarded me as one of the pawns. He attempts to gesture with a chained hand and fails. But you four have given me a new lease on life, as it were, and in my new location, I shall endeavor to not be a pawn. Thank you for that.
Tempest can't help but just laugh slightly.
You are making assumptions here that you are going to regret, you know that much, right?
Oh. You four have spared me. I would have undoubtedly died without you. The ones who bandaged me told me so. I feel as if I have some comfort. And now more of the arrogance is coming back into Salvatore's face.
Well, you know, maybe you should repay us for doing that. Or we could always take it back, you know.
Well, you took it back, then I suppose I'd be no worse off than what I would have been otherwise. If I already have all of the money here. If I lose it, then I haven't lost anything.
I didn't say anything about money.
No. It was another turn of phrase. Well, what possibly could I help you with? that would grant me any sort of benefit or meaning other than the glorious benefits I've already acquired.
How about you keep your life and you give us information?
Are you going to kill me if I don't give you information?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. It's not really a convincing argument.
Well, you never know, and I won't convince you.
No, I don't think you would have gotten approval to torture and kill me here in this cell.
Well,
The people have already made their ruling.
they have. But there are bigger things at stake here.
Oh. Salvatore's brows lift in surprise. What's more important than power, and glory, and prestige, and money? The fingers rub together of the chained hand.
Well, I understand only you care for such things, but
Only me?
only your type of people.
Oh.
And, but I care about other things, such as stopping a war.
A war?
Yes.
What war? You'll find no war here in this jail.
No, not yet. No, not in the cell, but in this area.
Salvatore gives you an incredulous look. War, alright. I'm interested. Tell me, how is you being here going to stop this supposed war? I suppose you could claim victory if it never happened, saying that you stopped it. That sounds like an incredible ploy for power. I should have thought of that myself.
Well, you should certainly know about the tension between the town and the Druids in the forest.
Yes, well, Druids are always that way.
And
Tempus Snickers.
a certain Druid threatened to sort of starve out the entire town unless he got what he wanted.
Yes, the old man of the forest. I heard about those rumors spread amongst the riffraff.
Yes, those weren't rumors.
I would know their rumors. I paid those people myself.
What? You paid them to...
But then you fabricated rumors that became true.
Don't be absurd. There's no such thing as the old man of the forest.
Well, not exactly, but there is a druid called Ajax, who made this threat recently.
That he'll take all the animals from Foghaven, that he will burn everyone at this torch, and he will gouge them with deer antlers.
Yes, he will make the crop fail, he will send away all the game and make the fish scarce.
The expression on Salvatore's face changes a bit to one of wonderment, and he actually voices aloud, "Suppose it's a good thing I'm leaving then."
What did you gain by spreading those rumors anyways?
Carmilla and I are no friends.
I don't mean about Camilla, I mean about the old man and all that.
Carmilla and I are no friends. The people start a ruckus, and then the same people who spread the rumors, whenever they're caught and inevitably captured, they think that Carmilla, she's accused of her crimes, ousted from power, and with her silly out of the way, spending whatever time that she does, undoubtedly to die soon, who is left to step into the position but Salvatore Crane himself? Yes! Yeah, a wide grin spreads across his face. Salvatore Crane, lead senator of Foghaven, master of the realm. Oh, it has such a juicy ring to it.
And it will never happen.
Ah, not here it won't, no. But somewhere else, another day.
You truly believe that, don't you?
I have been spared clearly. I have been graced by divinity.
You'll be sent to a prison where you will languish for the rest of your life, and even if you do escape, you will be branded a criminal and hunted down.
Salvatore looks over to Thomas and says, "Now, branded a criminal and hunted down. Do you think the Empire is going to put posters of me all over in all of the cities? Even Drakenhall? Do you think that I of my caliber could be stopped so easily? I do have a few tricks that might make me useful." No. My one chance of death was, at this moment, over there, and he jerks his head towards the far cell. And you, for your reasons, spared my life, and I shall enjoy it to the fullest, I thank you. Your patronage will not go unnoticed in the coming ascent of me.
He's a kind soul, isn't he?
There are setbacks and struggles to be had, sure, and I must rebuild my fortune and my prestige. It will be a trial, but one I am well equipped to succeed at with my ever-growing talents.
Here's how I see things. You thought you were big fish in this town, controlling the guard and all that. But I don't think you've recently turned into a pawn. I think you've always been one. And at this point, well, you've screwed up rather majorly. I don't think that any of your ex or future superiors would ever want to work with you again.
Salvatore frowns at Thomas. And a little bit of the anger comes back that he had at the trial, and before he breathes it and says, "Well, no, I misjudged the situation here, and I will have to make new connections, perhaps at this new port, or wherever I end up after I undoubtedly leave the prison."
And I think that you know as well as I do that whatever you're planning currently in your head is merely wishful thinking. You might not be dead, you might only be stuck in the cell, but the people you screwed over by overreacting during that trial, by sacrificing their people who were present at that time, well, I think your prison sentence and whatever might follow it are the least of your worries at the moment.
You know how petty and pathetic the commoners are. Look at how easily they were riled, willing to condemn some boy based on the color of his arrow feathers. He couldn't possibly stalk me down. I'll be far, far away from them, farther than any of their petty, petty souls will ever go.
I'm not talking about the commoners who have all reason to hate you, all reason to kill you, to rip you to shreds as they would have done with that boy. I'm talking about the people who have real power, the people who we are fighting. They are going to come for you.
Wouldn't they have already come for me, though? Oh, wait, they did. And here I am.
Yeah. And they will find out that you are not dead and come again.
They won't find out that I'm not dead.
No, they won't.
No.
Don't you think they have spies, agents? They'll
Or
find
people
out.
who might be inclined to, well, spread that information?
I imagine anyone I could have possibly had left in all of the town hall and all of the guards has either been imprisoned, and Salvatore looks over the jail, killed, or fled out of fear of their lives. As far as I understand, from the little bits that I've heard, and it has been little, the entire guard has been replaced with elements from the Melkor estate and perhaps mercenaries coming in from Newport as well, with some of my money.
Your money, yes.
Yes, rightly earned, and I do wonder how the economy here will fare without me. I manage such luxurious, glorious trade. This town will cease to function without me. Of that I am confident. If it hasn't bled through, and there's no need for a skill check of this, and no need to ask, Salvatore is speaking as if he is with delusions of grandeur.
Yeah. Well, it's quite clear that he wants to live, and couldn't we just like, open the door and threaten to kill him, and then he might start talking?
We don't even need to open the door to threaten to kill it. We can just point like a crossbow through the bars.
I can do that also.
I mean, it's bars. So it's not. It's, you know, you can throw magic inside. You can throw anything else inside.
Yeah. But any other ideas of what we can tell him? I mean...
Well, Thomas is not one who would go into a prison to beat up a prisoner, but, you know, maybe he has other things to do at the moment and doesn't have to be around.
Well, we don't have to beat him, but just mentally torture him, I guess.
Psychological warfare.
Yes.
You're going to do psychological warfare with Grimith.
I'm not. It's not Grimith. It's Salvatore Crane.
Exactly.
I know, you're voicing him. You're a witty bastard.
So, which of your druid talents comes along with psychological warfare?
I don't think.
I
don't think
didn't
his
say I would do
background. Oh yes, suggestive, and then not be the one who picks up the sword. No.
Well, I could certainly do it, but there are more qualified people here.
Wait. Tempus? Tempus is the thief, not a torturer.
Same thing.
Well, you know how you question that null?
No, but
You
Fargus
murder
would
people
see
with
you
a
as the
wrench,
most-
Tempus.
So,
Just want to point that out.
Hey, yes, murder, not torture.
yeah, Fargus sort of sees you as the roguish type who might do these kinds of things. So
Admittedly, I'm still impressed how you do like your deadly thrust with your wrench. It's pretty impressive.
I imagine this is not being said within earshot of Salvatore.
No, that's
Probably
just
not.
metagame, I think.
your wrench is impressive. All of a sudden.
That's one kind of psychological warfare. But...
Dark, I sent you a reply.
I saw. Leon heavily sighed, looking at Salvador. Looks over to Fargus. Looks to Salvador. Right. I think I'm done playing around in here.
No.
Right. Fargus,
Yes,
can you keep an eye outside for me?
of course.
I just need you to make sure, you know, no one comes in.
Oh,
I will do the same.
Yes, that is probably for the best.
I like where this
Tempus
is going.
still sitting. He actually puts one leg over the other.
Don't tell me you're going to try to intimidate me or threaten my life, because considering the fact that you just saved me, I mean...
Salvatore Crane, some of us have experienced fates worse than death, I'm telling you now. And I can certainly show you revelations that you have not seen before.
And Tempest sort of leans over and says, "Now, I'll tell you now, mate. It's best to make this quick. I've seen what he can do. And just as a personal favour and acknowledgement, and not really a fan of seeing people suffer too much. And I say a fan, it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it, hence why I'm still here. I value what he says." Tempest returns to sitting back against the wall, just keeps an eye on Leon.
Salvatore gives a disbelieving eye from, like, Tempus to Leon, and then says, "Well, I'm not going anywhere, so Whatever you've got.
Fine. This should be interesting then. You will feel a fate worse than death. I promise you this now. Tempus is going to hear Leon start speaking. Firstly, almost what sounds like tongues. For a moment, he speaks, and the words make you chill to the bone as he begins to chant in dark words, calling out to something which maybe you don't like. His aura of necromancy building itself into the air.
Oh, a necromancer. Well, I mean, really, did you not see what I did?